Sweets Hotel. I've been there a couple of times myself. It really is a staggering event outside the Pro Billiard arenas. We have 2 of them, guys, so there are other matches. We're going to be giving you 2 tables all day long, and the players have permission also to stream their own matches on the outer tables. In addition to that, we've got all the CSI leagues playing here as well. 310 of the bar box Predator tables. So here we go, Wu Kun Lin to break off, breaking from the side. Rack number 1. Makes the one in the side. That was the intended ball. Tim's there. Hello, Tim.
Hello, hello. Excuse me. Oh, definitely a great opening break.
Yeah, I was just watching him breaking in practice, Tim. He was making that 1 ball all the time, and sometimes 2 and 3 balls as well. The only problem with breaking from the side, of course, is you end up with a little bit of a messy table, right?
Yeah, you usually start putting the balls towards one side of the table. But as long as you can make that 1 ball on the break, you have the first shot at least to get your opponent in trouble, which he just has done. So don't think he can hit the 2 ball here.
In case you haven't noticed, guys, we are playing 10 ball. And if you're not familiar with the rules, you have to call the pocket. There's no lucky shots in this. Chip Compton coming to the table, armed with the short stick. Tim, now we're not used to seeing him play much rotation, but he's well known for 1 pocket, of course, isn't he? Have you ever played him?
I have not played him, but I've seen him play plenty of times at the Derby City Classics, and he's a very capable player. So I expect actually to see a lot from him, but it's also both of their first opening match, so always difficult to start your campaign in the tournament, of course.
You're just clipping the 3 ball there on the jump, and we are playing the 3 foul rule, and early 10s are allowed as well. No golden break.
Will be interesting to see what he's gonna play with the 4. I don't believe the 4 goes to the top right corner, so we'll either have to play the short side position on the 4, or he can open up the 4-6. Gave himself a nice angle to do that.
Maybe the bank Tim is on.
Yeah, would be quite aggressive, but I don't really see much else to play. Could choose to nick the 4 underneath the 6 and wait, but I've seen him practice a couple banks, so I'm really surprised he didn't shoot this.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. He made a few, didn't he, while he was warming up? And that's not a good shot he's played there. So a little bit of a chance here for Chip to maybe put Wu Kun Lin in a little bit of trouble. He's called the pocket.
Well, I'm not too sure. Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I'd rather just hit it thick in between the 9-5 and play safe. He kind of took a swing at this and looks like he's sold out right there. And a little bit surprised because he's a very good 1-pocket player, as most of the people would know. So on the strategy side of the game and cue ball wise, I was expecting him to get the save. But
I think he looks a little bit. I think he looks a little bit nervous to me. Tim has took the words right out of my mouth there. So first match, as you say, it is going to take a little while for these players to settle down. Doesn't matter how many matches you've played in the past. This is a whole new event. It's big money on the line.
Well, everything is pretty decent on the table right now. No problems. Nice spread. Just gotta try and get near the 9 to be as straight as possible on the 8. But even when you have angle, you could cross over for the 9 in the right side pocket. So not too much to worry about.
Yeah, and Wu Kun Lin has won here before, back in 2021. So he knows what it feels like to win. Say, Tim, balls were really nicely situated, weren't they? And this is going to settle Wu Kun Lin down nicely. He is one of the illustrious winners in a very illustrious list as well of previous Pro Billiard Series winners. Villa, of course, Vitali Patsura, Yu, Han Yu, Che Chao Yu, Chang Jun Lin, Cheska Centino, Lee Van Corteza, Kelly Fisher. Fedor Gorst has won 4 of these, twice in Arizona, if you remember. Aloysius Yap twice in Michigan. Demetrius Lukatis, one in Germany. So some big names have won these tournaments, Tim. And of course, this week we have 8 different tournaments over the next 10 days. It really is a feast of pool to keep all you pool lovers happy. We've got the Las Vegas Men and Women's Open. We have the Junior Showdown. We have the Champion of Champions, the mixed doubles, the bank pool, bit of one pocket as well for the first time. And of course the Parasport exhibition. Henrik Larsson is going to be in action for that as well. And the Challenger Champions, Rubelin Amit is in town, and she'll be up against Christina Takac in that from the 24th to the 27th. So there's a little bit of something for everyone here, Tim, isn't there?
Yeah, this is what we like to see, of course. I mean, like I mentioned earlier on all the socials, like you did, we are very excited, but I cannot imagine anybody else that loves to watch pool. Like, they should be having a blast. This is what everybody would want to see.
A bonanza of balls banging in the back of the pockets. That's what we want to see. How's the break looking, Tim? It's come up dry. It is winner breaks, by the way, I forgot to mention. Yeah,
he did cut the break a little bit more. As you could see, the one while tracking towards the side got kissed by the 4-railer. So the side there.
Just a side-to-side safety. Pretty easy kick, Tim, but
don't think
where does he go?
Well, I was wondering, is there a gap in between? Yeah, that would have been slight error from Chip. And a chance for Kun Lin to get him behind the 7-8.
Is the gap there again?
Yeah, there might, yeah.
May see the jump
So
stick
tough
if
to
not.
judge. I think he might always be able to roll on top of the 5. Just gotta choose from how much you can see the 1. Oh, I actually like this. He was guaranteed to have the 1 behind the 5, but he took a little risk at taking more distance and making the hit on the 1 more difficult if he had stuck the cue ball behind the 10. Clever shot, just barely missed the save behind the 10 ball though, so let's see if Wu can get some cover.
think I know the next shot.
Yeah, I think you know. Well, I would expect him to glue the cue ball with the 5-9, but he might be thinking about shooting to the top right corner. No. Oh. I'm wondering, did the shot clock get him there? Because he was looking at jacking up the cue, and then the last 10 seconds he just decided to go flat cue, and he looked very odd there.
Just a little nervous, I think. Hasn't really settled yet, but very, very early days. But the trouble is, in these short race sets, you need to get off to a quick start, don't you, really?
Yeah, a little two-way shot there. Tried to straight back the one, and as you can see, does have nice cover, so it will be either a massé. Here's that bank. Close though. Barely slid in, but we'll see a massé real first.
So we've spoken, Tim, about his one pocket prowess. Does that come in handy in rotation at all? Maybe on the safety side of things?
Yeah, definitely. I think overall you would favor them on the kicking, the safeties, some knowledge. Like it's basically playing chess on a pool table, so you would expect them to play quite clever in general. And also, most of the one pocket players, they have pretty good touch on the ball, so speed-wise, usually they're more connected. But yeah, so far we have not seen that side yet from Chip, but I think that's mainly just because he's, well, still cold, maybe a little nervous.
Well, this isn't a checkmate, but it's a good hook. Yeah, he's caught the 10, so ball in hand for Wu Kun Lin. Now, what's that 2 going to do, Tim? It was travelling. Did
Yeah.
it get tied up or not? Let's have a look.
Yeah, just pressed the cue ball a little bit too much, came up a hair too short, and that 2 ball does go to the bottom left corner, so I don't really see a big problem here. Go one real shape. Now if he goes a little bit more forward, he has a natural angle on the 3 ball to get to the 4. It's not laying too bad. I would say you have to get really nice on the 6 to get to the 7. I would say that is one of the things that could go wrong, but besides that, everything is laying quite decent here to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and it's getting on the 5 nicely as well, isn't it, to get to the 6.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if he can get straight on the 5, now it's very easy to position yourself perfect on that 6, and then it will look like he's just tapping the ball in. It will look that easy.
The reason these pros look so good, Tim, is because they're always finishing just the right side of the ball, aren't they? That makes the progress to the next shot that much easier.
Well, they take most of the heat off their game, so they are not struggling to fade the pressure over and over because they're leaving themselves quite decent. Had to put a little bit more stroke into that 5 ball as he had more angle. As you can see, he's got a great angle on the 6, can float the cue ball forward or stun run, be on the 7, so things looking good here.
Yeah, Wu from Chinese Taipei, Chip Compton from Oklahoma City. What's he done here?
It's interesting. Did strike that quite a bit off. I mean, He's on the rail and he came up way too short. I was wondering, did he get a bad contact? But I didn't see
No,
one, so just
could have been a
not the
slight
right
skid,
speed.
Tim. Could have been. That's the kind of shot, isn't it, that you see skids on, those little soft little run-throughs.
Well, I was surprised to see him go forward anyways. He could have played 2 rails back or 1 rail back up. He didn't have to go this route. Played a good
Covered
shot
it
there,
well.
though. I mean, he definitely put himself in a position to possibly miss a ball there. He didn't. He recovered very nicely, but he was playing with fire. Let's see if he goes 1 rail back out or if he goes 2 rails. 1 rail back out.
Very nicely done. 2-0 lead. He's halfway to the first set. Lots of other games going on around the room as well, guys. Any information you want, you can go to probilliardseries.com. There's all the different tournaments that we've got going on over the next 10 days, plus all the schedules, live scores, all the good stuff that you need. Jesus Astencio is in action against Michael Mitchell. He's taken the first set already, and they're 1-1 in the second set. Just having a look. Payne McBride, the young American. Major Payne, I think they call him. He's 2-1 down in the first set there. Not many stats to go at, Tim, but let's just have a quick look at them. What do you see? Anything that stands out? There's nothing really to talk about. I mean, there's not much on the Compton side yet, is there?
Well, he did miss that 2 ball where he went very aggressive. That was surprising, or I found it surprising that he shot at it. And besides that, Wu has been out moving Chip, so that means so far the 1 pocket strategy is not working yet.
Sticking with the break from the side then, looking to make the 1 in the left-hand side pocket. The break guru, Tim de Ruyter, will talk us through this one.
We'll need a little thicker contact. Oh, just like that. It was really close. But
Oof.
maybe 8. And he does get a really, really nice reward here. Shape on the 1. Table looks to be wide open. If you look at the 1 ball, just barely catching the side pocket point twice. But it does shape up great. Angle to get to the 2. This could be 3-0 coming.
Yeah, and on another day, Tim, watching that break, that 1 ball almost clipped the cue ball and sent it into that bottom right-hand corner as we look. But this day, things going his way, dressed up nicely, didn't it, for the side pocket?
Yeah, and it's also like if he had scratch there, I think it would be a great opportunity for Chip to get some ball running in, to really settle down. Like the most Chip has had was a difficult 2 ball, and he's been playing safe besides that and nothing else. Like not much table time at all so far for Chip.
Yeah, Wu doing what he has to do. He needs to shut him out, doesn't he? He's got Chip Compton cold. He wants to keep him that way.
He did land a little funny here. It was nice to still be able to check it, but has to be careful not to play it too firm as he gets close to that bottom left corner. I think he can still, if he plays top spin and just not too firm, I think he can still beat the scratch, and you will have to take a little longer 5, but if you're going to try and get closer to the 5, you automatically get closer to the scratch too. We'll have to settle it a little longer 5, but the stop shot here gives him a great angle on the 6 to cross over for the 7. Everything a little bit further away from the object ball though, but that's something you gotta take. You cannot always position yourself so close to your next shot.
Silky smooth cue action though of Wu, especially over distance as well, moves the cue ball so easily, doesn't he? So easy on the eye to watch. Fine example of it there. Okay, a little bit more of an angle than he wanted maybe, but well within his capabilities, Tim. Nice angle, isn't it?
Yeah, let's see if he... I would expect him to go twice the short rail. Come back down and back up, but... could slide it in real soft if he wants to, but... how well has he played that? Yeah, great start from Wu.
Right down the line of the cue, can see that beautiful, smooth cue action, and it's going to put him on the hill. This 10 ball chip frozen out. Some other games going on for you around the room, guys. Mateusz Śnigoki has taken the first set and is 2-0 up in the second. The pole going well there against Eric Withrow. Francisco Garcia is up against Dimitris Lukatis from Greece. Dimitris on the hill in the first set in that one. And Alan Rollon, remember him? The guy who played the doubles with Sophia Mast last year. Well, he's going to be teaming up with her again this year in the Scotch doubles. Really looking forward to that one, Tim. Such a fun tournament, isn't it, the Scotch doubles?
Yeah, we have great formats. I feel so. We have a very nice mix of events, and I also like the fact that we have the mixed doubles because it kind of breaks the individual play. So we have, it's like a team event. We have individual play, then we have different games. I mean, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun for us as well doing commentary. Just a really nice mixed all-round week, I would say.
How's your one pocket commentary, Tim?
Well, I can't wait to try. I've never done it, so, but I'm a big fan of the game, so hopefully I get the chance.
Well, he didn't hit them very well, did he? Not sure what happened there.
Well, it's always a very fine line to make the one or not. Like in this case, he cut it a little bit more or a little bit too much spin, and then the four-wheeler finds the one ball. So it's not, yeah, it's not a hanger to make the one on the side. It's still guessing a bit.
He's had a bit of luck there. Although he's left chip in on the one ball. Now, has he got the angle on this 2, Tim, to get over and disturb that 3-7? Was it the 3-5?
Could have put himself a little better on the 2. He doesn't want to be queuing over the 6, so it would be nice to... Yeah, I think he's just fine. Does open up
very
the
quick.
3. 3 ball does not go. So, I mean, it looks like it doesn't go, so we'll have to play safe behind the 9.
And that's just a little bit careless there, Tim. I think he could have got that cue ball a lot better than that. He's left a jump here for Wu Kunlin, and I'm sure he's going to take this on. The air rush is out. He's chalking up. He's getting ready to go airborne.
Yeah, also, he did not take so much time to control the 3 ball to the bottom short rail, which takes away the jump, so... Oh, got close. Still not too horrible of a result. Chip will either have to play safe again or bank this in the side and get 3-well shape.
Wasn't too far away. Good contact.
Oh, I like how he's played this. Just, yeah, I think, yeah, you can feather this 3-ball still. We'll have to play an excellent cue ball on this shot though, which is tough. Bring the cue ball all the way up to the 4.
Might get him behind the 8 here, Tim, mightn't he? Wow.
Wow, look
How's
at
he hit
this.
that?
Look at
What
this.
a shot that is.
That is brutal. I mean, I think Wu is wearing the wrong shirt because it says on Chip's shirt, it says brutal, but what a beautiful shot there. Wow.
And that just shows the importance of getting a good safety, which Chip didn't do, did he? He didn't get the cover, and that's exactly what can happen. Wu says, anything you can do, I can do better. And he certainly has.
Well, and then he pulled out this. What a beauty. Beautiful Z kick shot from Chip. And he's played it with great pace too, to where if he made contact, something good could have happened, and it definitely has. What a contact, 2-row kick.
It's a good pull there. First the hook, then the escape. Tried to get distance. He hasn't called that, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it
So
doesn't
for
look
those
like
of you-
it.
Yeah, for those of you not sure about 10-ball rules, you have to call a pocket. If it doesn't go in the pocket that you call, it's miss a turn, and then of course your opponent has the choice to put you back in if he doesn't like it, but Chip's not going to give this back. So this is a real chance now. You feel Chip has to run these just to get that bit of confidence. Just need to slow down a little bit.
Well, if he wants a chance to turn around the momentum in the set, this is it.
Doesn't hang about, does he, Tim?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see him play so fast. Ooh.
Oh, that would, he's caught it all wrong, hasn't he? He played a lot of right-hand spin on it, and the throw caught him out. And that will be the end of the first set, pretty sure. Just a little bit quick, just caught that too full. Was trying to cut it more. Looking very dejected. Yeah, sometimes the game is very brutal. So first set to Wu Kun Lin in control, never really looked in trouble, although right at the end there, Tim, he did have a great chance to get back into it, didn't he, Chip?
Yeah, I'm just really surprised because, yeah, I mean, I've seen Chip play so much better. So he's definitely shook by either how big of a happening everything is over there, because what people don't think about back home is that playing in an arena like this, playing against one of the top players in the world, Kun Lin, and then with spectators, so many fans, so many people around, it's not that easy compared to playing in your home club where you know everybody and you know how the table's gonna react and all. But he's just, so far in the opening set, he's been underperforming in my opinion. And I think if he would settle down with the shot clock things would start to look a lot better for him.
Yeah, his VAR goes 758, so he's no slouch. Wu, part of the 800 club, up there on 814. I want to say thanks to our title sponsor, of course, Kamui, and our Pro Billiard Series partners, the Predator Group, Yalin, Little Monster Jump Cues, Samsung TV Plus, Box Billiards, Venn Billiards Corporation, and Q Sports International. So Chip breaks off first in the second set, alternate break in sets, but from now on it's winner break in the set. So what happened there with the break, the one ball getting kicked there, Tim, by the 7.
And there is a gap between the 5-10, so would like to bank the one ball towards the 4 and bring the cue ball to the top left corner if he can catch enough of the left side. If not, he will have to shoot the 6, the one off the 6 to the left short rail. Try to run the cue ball 2 rails and hook with the 4. A little bit more sensitive. I would like to catch that left side, Lil Massey. Ooh.
Tried, got very close. Just caught the 6 ball, Tim, didn't he? Change the trajectory of the cue ball. Half a chance in for Chip, not down spin.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially on that new cloth, you have to spin this ball so much, you have to stroke it so smooth. Really tough to hold that ball, and got right on top of the 2. So another safety coming up, possibly 2 rails. Needs perfect speed. He needs to get those to be a full hook. Like, he just barely is not, yeah, he's just not getting it.
Of course, when we talk about pressure, Tim, this is a different kind of pressure, is it? Everyone knows that Chip loves his one pocket and his, big challenge matches and stuff like that. But they're over a long period, aren't they? They're normally longer races, and one pocket's a much slower game, shall we say. This is a whole, not a new thing to him, but I don't think he's been in arenas like this. I certainly haven't seen him in big arenas like this just lately. So it is a different kind of pressure, isn't it? And if you don't get off to a good start in these short races, sometimes you can, well, I don't want to say make you look silly, but, it's just hard, isn't it, to get going?
Well, also the game of rotation really makes you shoot whenever you get something, to where in one pocket, with all the knowledge you have, if you feel a little bit pressure or like a little bit off, you can choose to play the shot soft or still duck at the same time, or even not shoot it. Like in rotation, when you have that shot, you have to go. So it's a different pressure. And like I said before, I know Chip plays plenty of rotation pools, so it's not that he cannot. But yeah, sometimes it's not something you can compare. The 2 games are not comparable to each other. So the pressure in one game can be completely different in another game. Ooh. Caught it a little bit wide, almost lost the 4, but stopped in time. Used all of the corner there.
Needs to spin it around 2 rails here, Tim, yes, for the bottom left-hand corner on the 5. Is that where he's going to go? I think that's where he's got to go, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 real shape. Was difficult to get. Like, very easy, as you will have to travel to the 6 after. This is probably the best he could have done. So let's see if he goes 3 rails or 2 rails.
Played it well. perfectly well.
Well, definitely Chip is also giving him some opportunities though to get this comfortable and play a strong set, but it's not like he's taking anything for granted. He's giving himself good angles. His speed so far has been definitely steady for opening round. Everybody's always looking to catch that right stroke, that right speed control on the table. Looks like he's got it quite well so far.
Well, Chip did have the first chance on the one ball. It just didn't quite make it, rattled it. Well, sorry, he did make it, but didn't land on the two, did he? And then didn't play a good shot on the two ball. Just let Wu Kunlin back in again. And the safety side of things where you think Chip might have a slight advantage, he's just not getting that cue ball hidden at the moment. So Wu Kunlin carrying on exactly where he left off in the first set. And now leads 1-0 in the second. And if he can take this set, of course it will be over. Chip needs to win this. Jeff DeLuna has made short work of Masashi Mayojo, the Filipino, winning 2-0 there. Tony Chohan, another great one-pocket player, is in action against Los Martinez. And he's taken the first set and he's just gone 1-0 up in the second as well. Emil Andre Gangflot, great Norwegian player, 2-1 up in his first set against Rodrigo Nacida. If you're enjoying this, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell every time we go live. You'll be the first to know. Here we go, Kunlin breaking off then.
Oh, nice break again. This time he chose to hit a more square break. So usually they're cutting the one to the side, but when you feel that corner ball is kissing the one over and over, it can be useful to hit it a little bit more square on the one. Oh, and this is definitely a great result for him. If that three ball goes to the top right corner, we might have a break run coming.
But it will be the first one, and he's played this really well, hasn't he?
That's what I've been saying. It's like Chip definitely got Wu and stroke, and then now if things like the break are gonna be going his way as well, it will be tough to stop the train.
And what noise do trains make? Woo woo!
Oh,
Wow.
that's interesting. I knew he was gonna be a little bit further away from the four, but didn't think it was going to be a miss. Caught it a little bit thick.
Maybe he was thinking about the cue ball a little bit too much there, Tim. He did actually end up hooking himself behind the 9 ball, so perhaps that was in his mind a little bit as well.
Yeah, very possible. Was maybe trying to put a little bit of left spin on there to work the cue ball. That's how usually players miss the shot. It's not the difficulty of the shot itself, it's the shape that comes along with it. And nice flick off the 4. Wu did put Chip in a funny position actually after missing the 4 ball, so Chip trying to hang in there. Did he call the 4? Is he trying to cut this? Look at that angle.
Doesn't look possible from here, does it? Wow. Just strokes it in as if it's over the hole. What a great shot.
For most
Very
people, this kind of shot, you know, they will say, well, I would shoot that too. But the thing is, on the new sliding cloth, and he has to spin the ball, that curve so depends on how consistent your stroke is. If you punch the ball, it has a different curve, different break-in than if you, well, if you play on the old cloth. So in this case, I think he pulled an amazing shot out there, really. Oh,
well,
what did he play
Chip.
there?
Chip has left his chalk on the table here, look. I know other players don't usually like that, but Wu Kun Lin's just moving it around. You normally see the referee pick it up and just give it back to the player. It's kind of not the done thing to leave your chalk on the table. Another fine cut. Started with a fine cut on the 4. He's banking it right in the heart of the pocket, perfectly on the 10. It's looking ominous for Chip. The chips are down at the moment. Wu Kun Lin in control. Waiting for the cue ball to stop. You're not allowed to touch any balls.
Yeah, did not manage to get that break a run, but in the end, I don't think there was much more Chip could have done there. He was trying to nick the 4, go 3 rails behind the 9, just came up. Like overall, he's been coming up too short with speed. And, well, then after Wu got that ball in and ran out, so tough times for Chip.
I was just wondering, Tim, is the table looking just playing a little bit slow, do you think, at the moment? I've thought it's pulled up short a couple of times. I'm not sure what you think. Maybe it's the atmosphere in there. It is day one. Maybe the temperatures inside, you know, are being worked out. What do you reckon? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, the thing is also with the new cloth is that the rails, they still have to break in too. So every time the ball hits the rail, it doesn't really accelerate because it slides off that rail. So as you could see, the shape from the 8 to the 9 on a club table, that would always get a little bit of a bounce off the rail, which doesn't happen on the new cloth. So yeah, he's played 2 shots where I found it questionable how his speed was. I mean, it happens. It's just they're not tuned in yet to the table as well. But I don't think it plays slow. I think the cloth is fast, but the rails are just not giving yet.
We're
Wild
breaking
one
them
ball.
Predator Arcos balls. Yeah, it's right in the open, Tim. And another chance for a break and run here. Does the 3 pass the 8? That's the question.
Yeah, and I don't think it does go. As you could see, the 5 ball going off the 1 in the side. 1 ball dressing up nice. The 3 doesn't go to the bottom right, I believe. Unless he can still cheat the corner. Can he bump the 3 real soft here? Oh, this
good
is a
call.
nifty little shot there. Oh,
Good call. That's why you're the brains of this operation, Tim. Beautifully called shot there and played to perfection as well. And that's opened up the whole rack now for Wu.
yeah, the only thing is he's straight on the 3. Won't have to get some angle on the 4. And would love to get off the rail a little bit. So is he gonna cheat this a little bit to get off the rail?
Missed the 4 ball in the last rack into that pocket. Just caught the knuckle there, the point. Left him a nice angle on this 4 ball.
This is tricky because in your local club you could play with high right and still get to the center of the table, but with how the ball slides off the rail, I don't think it will grab the outside spin yet. So I think he was looking at shooting the 6 in the top right corner, floating all the way down table.
Wow.
Yeah, or top left, yeah. It was just not manageable to get the shape in the center of the table to play to the bottom corners.
This is a tester.
Ooh.
Yeah, didn't look comfortable on that, did he? And caught the rail, well, about 14 inches up the side rail. So come on, Chip. Let's get on the scoreboard. If you're wondering where your chalk is, it's on the table. Oh, he hasn't, has he? He has, and that's what no table time does, Tim. Hasn't had a chance to get accustomed to the speed of the cloth. He's hooked here. Maybe short stick's going to come out.
Yeah, definitely had some time in the seat, but he did have a big area to land on the 7, so yeah, and then
Oh, it's gone in the wrong pocket. Well, hasn't left anything easy. The bank is on. Yeah, calls it straight away. Got very close, Tim.
well, it was not just a matter of making the 7 ball, it was also getting shape on the 8, which was tough. Let's see if Wu can make another bank shot here on the 8.
No.
No.
Once again, though, he's had a little bit of luck. There is a rail first on here, but it's not easy. He needs to catch this pretty fine. Never looked in, Tim, did it? It was always heading towards that far jaw. Yeah, it was a little bit tricky, that one, and I'm sure it's going to be heel time once again for Wu Kunlin.
Yeah, I just wonder how much time Chip spends lately on new equipment. I recently experienced the same thing to where I played a lot on older cloth, broken rails, and then I played an event somewhere with new equipment and kinda had me rattled for quite a bit as well, just like it looks like Chip is struggling. So that could be one of the reasons for him to struggle. Obviously we don't know, but yeah, tough times for Chip. It's about to be 3-0 down in the second set.
Yeah, and he is, and congratulations are in order for you actually, Tim. I know you've been playing a lot of pool. You was recently at Derby City. You had a couple of good runs in the 9 ball and the 1 pocket. And you recently qualified to go to China for the hay ball. So congratulations on that. You'll be going there, when is it? April, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, is it the end of April, 26th, I believe? Yeah, just glad to be playing a lot again, and yeah, just keep working on myself, enjoy the game. Hopefully,
I see you.
get some more inspiration by watching a lot of good players this week. So, it will definitely be a little bit of schooling for me the next 10 days.
I've seen lots of pictures on Instagram and Facebook of you working hard in the gym, and if I'm not mistaken, you seem to have lost a few kilos as well. You're looking very trim, almost as trim as me.
Yeah, well, that's tough. You swim too much.
I've developed fins and gills. I don't breathe from my mouth anymore. I've got gills. Right, back to the seriousness. Wu Kunlin breaking for the match on the hill. Oh, the 1 got kicked by the 8 ball. It's going to be dry, and it's going to be a chance.
A little bit of overcut also on the break. If you looked at the cue ball now, was threatening the side pocket on the other side, so it's okay to try to hit it square and get the cue ball towards the center of the table, but this time it's already starting to track towards the side. So, and that's also where you see if you hit it like this, you see a lot of balls track to one side of the table. So now the big question is there a 5-10 combination? Because he could be able to draw the cue ball out below left. No, I think he was trying.
Oh, well, 5-10's gone for sure, because the 10's in the pocket. It's going to come back up again, be respotted.
Yeah, just wondering, was he trying to open up that cluster and get on the 3 ball? Because I sure was going to try and play a carom or anything on the 10.
I just think he looks a little bit quick on the backswing, Tim, and on the delivery. Just hasn't got any rhythm going at the moment, and who can blame him? Hasn't really had too many opportunities, but the ones he has had, he's just not in stroke, is he?
Yeah, I'm still trying to find the reason, but I mean, if it's not there, it's just not there. Like I said, it could be a big difference in stroke, the difference in the practice he's been putting in lately, like different conditions. Could be just the fact that Wu is keeping it tight and he's been playing a good set, so it's not like Wu has been giving him chances over and over.
Well, what a shot he's played there. Okay, not perfect, but he played that wrong-handed and got almost perfect short side on this 5 ball. The only place it would go. Terrific shot.
Well, let's see if he plays the safety behind the 7 or if he goes for, yeah. He had a little bit too much angle to hold for the 6.
Keeping the pressure on Tim, isn't he? Not taking any chances, even though he's a set-up and 3-0 up. He's keeping it tight. And Chip, well, has to try and get this safe. Mind the scratch. Oh, he's okay, but he's missed it altogether. So ball in hand. And now that should be game, set, and match to Wu Kun Lin. But it is double elimination, so Chip will have another opportunity to get his game together. I'm sure he's just hasn't settled, I think, is the main reason. We all know he's a great player, just maybe a little bit ring rusty, you might say. Not straight,
well,
doesn't want to be straight.
Ooh. This will be interesting. I don't think he has enough angle to stun the cue ball in between the 8 and the 10. So he might have to draw back and try to catch the left side of the 7. Or maybe stun draw. He might be able to get it. This angle looks better.
Oh, yes. Nicely done. Needs the bridge, I think, here. Unless he plays it left-handed. Yeah, he's going left-handed again. Very competent. And what a great asset that is, Tim, to be able to play both hands. Can you switch hands like that? Are you pretty good left-handed as well?
Yeah, I don't mind it, like, with the shape he had there. But not on the longer shots. That's too much for me.
I always think it's the bridge hand that looks a little bit dodgy when you switch hands. It's not so much the stroke as the bridge hand looks a little bit funny. Finished a little bit short there, Tim.
Yeah, let's see. He chose to travel the cue ball a little bit more. Could have chosen to leave himself a similar shot to the bottom left, but should be fine. This is to get to the next round.
Yeah, in it goes. Chip will step up and shake his hand. Realises he's won the match. He didn't realise. So yeah, well played, says Chip. It wasn't Chip's day. He will fight to live another day though. Wu Kun Lin kind of just breezes into the next round, but he did have a few golden opportunities handed to him on a plate. So the gloves are off And we're going to be off, but we're going to be back very, very soon with our next match. Please keep your eye on our social medias for the schedule and all the good stuff. Thanks to Tim de Ruyter and myself, Mark White. We'll see you very, very shortly. I'll be in the booth with Tim again. Say see you, Tim.
See ya.
All good.
And welcome everybody to the 2025 Kamui Las Vegas Men's Open. We are live from the Rio All Suites and Hotel, and our final match for today is the Estonian Dennis Grabe and the American Evan Lunda, starting off their campaign in this 128 player field. The game is 10 ball, best out of 3 sets, races to 4. Our referee for this match is USA's Angela Williams, and in the booth for this match we have Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruyter, for you all. Welcome, Mark.
Thanks very much, Tim. Good to be back again. Seems like we haven't seen each other for what, 30 minutes or so, something like that. Looking forward to this one though, our second one. I've just been reading a little bit about this man here, 34-year-old from Tallinn in Estonia, of course. He's actually the world number 3 at the moment, and don't forget he got to the semi-finals, Tim, of the World 10 Ball last year, losing out to Naoki Oi. So our referee Angela has got them balls nice and tight. Tim, I'm going to hand over to you because this is your area. This is the break guru, Tim de Ruyter. Talk us through this one. Now he's not going from the side here, Tim. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting, and he's definitely going to look for a square hit. Nice, solid break. Failing to make a ball on the break, besides the cue ball. So great chance for Evan to get going. Nice square hit, actually a really good break, just unfortunate to get that bump in the corner.
Yeah, 6 ball just doing the damage. And Evan Lunda, another player more known for his one pocket, Tim, than his rotation game. We had that in our first match, didn't we, with Chip Compton. He didn't fare too well. Let's see how Evan can go. Played a nice little bump there to open up the 2 ball. And, well, 4 ball a little bit awkward. What else do you see, Tim? What other problems might he encounter?
Well, I'm looking at shooting the 4, possibly off the 9 in the side pocket. That could be a way to solve it. Came up a little bit short here. Was relying on the spin to grab a little bit more off that second rail. Might still have a shot. Could play for the bank shot on the 4 as well to the side pocket.
He was just lining that up. I think it's gone a little bit too far, Tim, that 9 ball, hasn't it, to play the 4 off of that. So as you just said, we'll be looking to play the bank on the 4 into the opposite side pocket. It is 10 ball. You have to call your shots. There's no slop.
Well, he looks like he might be behind the 6, so a little real first possibly. Has to be careful if he can cut this in. Doesn't want to scratch, but played it nicely. Does he get something on the 4? Just barely.
Well, he's on it. He's on it to the corner if he wants to take it on. Tricky cueing though, Tim. Very, very close to it. And how does he get on the 5? Might draw behind the 9 here. That could be his downfall. Oh no, he should be okay.
Well, he's just not gonna get a lot more on the 5 ball, so quite aggressive. Could have chosen to play a safety behind the 9, but he likes to go. That's aggressive style, so we'll probably have to shoot the 5 and get shape on the 6. Let's see if he goes bottom left. Bottom right, he did go.
Doesn't want to kiss the 8.
Well, did he get second prize? It's always tough, you know. It's a thin cut, first rack. You have to spin the cue ball with outside spin. So the throw, the friction on the balls, it's just tough to judge on the new cloth.
New balls as well, Tim. Everything new.
Yeah, interesting position here. He's fully hooked by the 9 and the 10. The jump is too far. Now kicking at this, there's quite some bad results actually, and I can see only 2 good results. If he goes 2 rails from the back, sending the 5 up table, or kicking it in, smashing it in actually, and get shape on the 6.
Good to see the young fans in. Keep yourselves hydrated. Oh, that's a good kick, Tim. This is a great shot. What a shot he's played there.
Considering that this is the first rack for the match, and already feeling the kick that well, because he did not only catch the ball almost as full as he could, he also played a great pace on there. Let's say, did he call the bank shot? I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, he did.
He loves bank pull. He loves bank pull.
Beautiful straight back from Evan Lunda. Shape on the 6. A little bit off angle maybe for the 7, or can he hold? He can hold. So now it turned into a chance to open his account in this match. Look at this for a shot.
But he actually finished 11th, Tim, at Derby City Classic in the banks.
Then again, a little bit in between. It's not the first time this game that he lost the speed just a tad.
Good recovery. Very nicely on this 9 ball. Drop it in for the 10. And it's going to be 1-0 to Evan Lunda, the man from Michigan, from Westland. Just what you need to do, isn't it, Tim? Get off to a really good start. That first rack is so important, really can set the tone, as we saw in our last match.
Well, and also most of the people would consider Dennis to be the favorite with how he's ranked, with how well of a year he's had last year. He finished, oh, he won the Maldiva Open, or finished second? No, I think he won that.
No, he won it. I was commentating on it. I was lucky enough to be on that beautiful Paradise Island, and yeah, he actually beat Alex Kazakis. I think he was something like 8-2 up in a race to 9, scratched on the 10 ball to win it. Kazakis came all the way back and ended up winning it hill, I believe.
Yeah, and then he had an exceptional run in the World 10 Ball, so most of the people would consider him as a favorite in this match. Now we are playing the races to 4 winner break, so that's a big thing. And I would say if Evan can get comfortable and put some early pressure on Dennis, we might really have a good match here. Also breaking from the center. Nice square hit, not too powerful though. Like, he made sure he had a square hit, but there was nothing more. And a chance for
That's
Dennis.
That's the danger. Isn't that the danger here, Tim? When you play that central break, if you don't make a ball, you're spreading everything far and wide.
Yeah, now I also do believe,
well.
yeah, I was gonna say, I do believe the 10 ball combination does count, so this could be a very quick game. And he's got perfect or near perfect on this combination. Basically just gotta miss a 2 ball on the long rail, just catch it thin, a hair, to make it 10. Dennis just waiting for the referee to put the bridge.
Yeah, I like that, Tim, because he's got up, he knew the referee was standing there with the rest, he thought, right, let her put the rest away, let's reset.
Yeah, so early 10. Levels the score 1 each. Yeah, also one of the risks, I feel that breaking from the side doesn't result as much in that 10 ball leaking to the corners. Like, obviously we are using the hand rack, and it happens that there is some gaps here and there, and that the 10 ball, it will always move. So that means that if you break from the side, it's a little bit more random than if you break from the center. So I'm quite surprised both players started breaking from the center, because this could happen to either of them.
Well, this is interesting now to see if Dennis will actually keep that break the same, or will he switch to the side? This is interesting now. Good strategy. Looks like he's staying there, Tim.
Well, I think he felt like he broke him well. So he's kind of trusting the fact that he hit that break so good. He's just trying to duplicate.
He's a big,
this
powerful
one got,
guy.
This one was closer to the scratch. He was not as square as he hit that first break. Yeah, I usually... I mean, if I hit him as well as he did on the first break, I usually switch over right away.
I was just going to say, look at the 4-10. We could have another early win here. Certainly can play the 2-9 here, Tim.
There's good cue ball control in between the 3 and the 6. 2-9, would say it's quite big pocket. If the 9 touches the long rail with the right speed, it still slides in. So just got to make sure you don't lose that 2 ball. Would like to have the 2 in a similar position where the 9 is.
So I'm surprised he did stick with that break though, Tim. Even though he hit him square the first time and did get an unlucky scratch, he didn't make a ball.
Okay, so this was one of the risks. He did leave himself more angle on the 2. I'm not sure if he can avoid a bump on the 4. You can see cut the 9 a little bit more. Is he able to check the cue ball with left spin and get to the left side of the 3 to come back down for a 4-10 combination? Oh, wait.
Is he calling
That's
it now?
interesting. Well, I was gonna say, I think Evan forgot to call the combination, and Dennis said, just keep playing, you know. Ooh, the cue ball. Ooh. Yeah, left himself a little bit too much angle on the 2, and unexpected scratch from Evan.
Yeah, nice sporting gesture there as well, though, from Dennis to say, you know, carry on, it's okay, even though he didn't call the 9 ball. There's something about that 9 ball, isn't there, and not calling it. That's as far as I'll take that conversation. But there you go, the scratch comes straight after. And now it's Dennis with another chance at the 4-10 combo this time.
Yeah, 2 games on the board, 2 combinations on the 10 ball. Dennis Grabe up 2-1. It will be interesting to see if he changes the break completely or if he's just gonna be sticking with the same thing. I'm moving over either more to the outside or just straight to the side rail break. I don't mind going just a little bit more outside and see what the balls do from there. But yeah, just depends on what you've been practicing too. Some players, they show up to an event with 4 or 5 different breaks, and some of them they only practice 2 of them.
Dennis has a couple of nicknames. One of them's Grabo, the other one's Mr. Grapefruit. I know that's his Instagram page as well. There's a few stats, Tim, early on. Table time. Evan Lunda has had more table time at the moment.
Well, if you look at the amount of, ball pocketed, 13 to 4. and trailing 2-1.
Yeah, those two early combinations, isn't it, that did the damage. And there the break again is dry. I think if we're going to see him switch over to the side for sure next time. I think he went more central there, Tim, didn't he?
Yeah, I just don't feel he's changing it up too much. Well, we'll have to travel the cue ball. Is he playing safe? Traveling the cue ball he is. Try to check between the traffic.
Both Predator sponsored players, so playing with the breaking with the BK rush, Dennis. There's our referee, Angela Williams from the United States.
Yeah, also a player on the WPBA tour, as I recall. So active as a referee and as a player. Which I find important actually as a referee. You know, because they stay in touch with new rules. Also calling fouls in certain situations. Personal experience is always appreciated, of course.
Yeah, and added to that, Tim, positioning, you know what the player's going to be playing, so you know where to stand, so you're out of the way. Best referees aren't seen on camera very often, and they're always out of the line of the players as well. So there's another plus to that.
I agree. So key shot here, the 6-9 I believe seem to be clustered. Or can he get to that bottom short, the opposite long rail and cut the 6 in? Oh, not with that speed. He won't be able to make the 6 from here, I believe.
Or can he? Can he just twist it around the 9 ball? Awkward over the 10. I think he's going for it, Tim. Naturally having to jack up anyway, so he might as well spin it in.
Well, he did manage to make it. Great chance here to level the score 2 each. He's definitely had much more table time and could get it, could hit a gear at some point.
Out back to the centre-ish of the table, somewhere on the line where he is now would be ideal, wouldn't it? Played this okay, very nicely done. We're going to be all square. We are, so Eben Lunda levelling it up, also level Albin Ocean is in action against Cody Booth. They're 1-1 at the moment. Jose Alberto Delgado is up against Sergio Rivas. Now that table is available also on YouTube on Pro Billiard TV. John Schmidt is in the booth for that one, along with George Teachea, I do believe. This is our last match for today. We're back again tomorrow morning at 11 AM with lots more action local time. Vitali Patsura, Tim. Now, tell us a little bit about Vitali. I mean, he's having a great, well, he had a great season, great 2024, didn't he? The man from the Ukraine, 3-0 up on the hill. Let's just see this break first. Interesting, going from the side, Tim, straight away, as you suggested.
Yeah, looking to make the one ball on the side. Oh, lost the cue ball quite a bit. And as you can see, there's a lot of spin on the cue ball, which takes
look at the
energy
8
off the
ball.
balls.
Sorry about that to interrupt you. The 8 ball, I could see it was going to go, and it did. Saved him right at the last minute. Little smile there from Dennis. Had no right to make that 8 ball. Look where it was. And look at this 3 ball. Unbelievable, isn't it, this game sometimes? No shot,
Well,
though, on the 1 ball.
You know the saying, fortune favors the brave. Oh, this is interesting. He might have a shot here to carry the 10 ball in the corner, bottom right.
Not
Because
another early 10.
It's awkward enough to where you're not gonna shoot the 1, but you can bank the 1 to the left long rail and always keep it at least safe enough to where you don't leave an open shot. And you're queuing over the 9, so you're just trying to make a solid hit on the 1 ball anyways. I don't mind this. You can strike the ball pretty firm.
He's
Could
called
even
it.
bank the 1 ball up table, yeah. Just to get on the hill.
What an amazing game. Thought he'd had a little bit of luck there, making the 8.
Oh, well,
So
that was not close to what he was trying to do.
Jacked up as well, not easy. Cue ball jumping. Played it with a lot of pace. Calls the corner.
Wow. Beautiful cross corner bank there. Huge shot with shape. That's definitely one for the highlight reels. Well, now suddenly this game has turned into a chance for Evan to get on the hill first after that beautiful cross corner on the 1. Left himself a little longer on this 5 ball and would prefer to have the cue ball more on the left side of the table to stay away from the 6 to the 9. Doesn't want to run into the 10 ball. That's why he's taking his extension, wants to make sure that he stays out of trouble.
I do like his cue butt. My favourite colour.
Well, let's see, is he going to draw away from the 10, trying to avoid the kiss, or is he trying to push the 10 over the left bottom corner pocket and have shape on the 9 at the same time?
Going low. Beautiful. Good stroke, Tim.
Yeah, staying out of trouble.
Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Oh,
Well,
has he hooked
remember.
himself?
Do you remember the Cesca Centino hook on the 10 ball. She did similar thing on the opposite side of the table, but the 10 was on the rail that time. It's okay.
Yeah, she kicked it in 2 rails. He managed to make it straight in. 3-2, Evan Lunda. He's on the hill in the opening set.
Vitali Patsura has taken the opening set against Ericsson Vargas from Canada. Another Canadian in action, John Mora, has taken the opening set and leads 1-0 against Timothy Evans. So Tim, these stats, break success, well, just slightly in his favour, Evan.
Yeah, overall break has not been working for either players. Not too much defense either. Most of it has been offensive. Yeah, so far the stats are not saying too much. It's just Evan had better looks on the table as well. Not too much defense, and Dennis played 1 safety and Evan straight backed it in. So yeah, too early to say stuff. A
No
little bit
friends
too
at the
much
table
cut.
this time.
As you can see, a little bit too much cut on the break. It's either too much cut or too much spin. And look at this wide open layout for Dennis to have a go at it and possibly make it 3 each.
Four ball, just a little bit awkward. 4 to the 5 is what jumps out at me, Tim.
Yeah, I would say the shape here from the 2 to the 3 ball. Because if you get to the center of the table on the 4, you naturally cross over on the 5. It's just, in order to do so, you want to get basically any angle on the 3 is good, but you just got to make sure you cross over far enough. So this is a very speed depending shot. Needs a little bit more time. I think he's played it fine. Still, I would like to stay away from putting the cue ball on the long rail, because if you get straight, now it's tough to get to the 5. I like going still to the center of the table. Give myself angle.
Played it well. Well, has he? He's gone a little bit straight, Tim. It travelled, didn't it? Came off that rail. And as you said,
Well,
it's gone wrong.
that was the big risk. He took a risk there. He might still be able to cheat the pocket and go forward. 7. Nice little nudge off the 7. He's back in line now, but just gotta watch the cue ball a bit. Played some good pace there. Great angle on the 6. Can stun the cue ball over to the left side of the 7. Don't think he can hold the cue ball on the right side. He likes to stay on the right side because then he will always have angle to go up to the 8 without running near the 9. That's why he chose the corner pocket. Clever shot, just a little bit body movement on it.
Yeah, a bit of body English was used there. Worked this time. Needs this to travel. It has. Played that very, very nicely. Good pace.
Yeah, pretty entertaining opening set so far. We've seen some great offensive shots. and some great breaks actually coming up dry. And we're about to be tied at 3 in this opening set, so sounds promising for this match.
And now the all-important break in the deciding rack in this first set. Now, you was talking about Dennis having a good run. He's also a 3-time Euro Tour winner, Tim, and finished 3rd in the Las Vegas World 10 Ball. And also won the Maldives Open. There he is again, look. Who's this young man? A future champion, maybe? Give us a wave, there we go. He'll be looking at himself on... He knows he's on TV because there's 2 big screens, isn't there, either side of this arena. He'll be giving himself a wave. There with his dad to watch all the action. Good to see the future generation of Paul taking an interest, getting to see all the top pros alongside the league events which are going on as well from the BCA leagues. So Dennis, important break.
Yeah, the only thing I'm wondering is I see players break from the side rail with so much spin on the cue ball. Like, I do understand why they are putting that little bit of outside spin on there to control the cue ball and to turn the 1 to the side pocket. But it looks like the more spin they actually put on this break, the less the balls move and the more difficult it also gets to make the 1. So instead of playing a push out, he's kicking offensive here to the corner.
Yeah, good chance of getting covered, Tim. Plus he's on the 2, right, as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I said offensive, but he played a clever 2-way shot there. Good cue ball control. And I expect Dennis to get the jump cue out, because if he makes the 1, high percentage to get shape on the 2 ball.
Well, and interestingly, Dennis with the older of the Predator jump cues took that a little bit quick, I thought, Tim. Kind of rushed that one a little bit.
Yeah, shot clock in the background. Could hear the beep, so you would not expect him to be rushed by the shot clock, but occasionally it happens to everybody. Now this will be interesting. I know how well Evan banks the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually banks this to the side and runs a cue ball 2-3 rails. But I would probably cut the 1 to the top short rail and bring the cue ball underneath the 6-8-10, just because you're hampered by the 7. Looks like he's not banking this one. Oh, change of mind, possibly.
Well, now 10 seconds. Yeah, I think that was the better shot there, Tim, wasn't it? Tap on the table from Dennis as well.
And this is also last match we did together with Chip Compton. I was expecting to see a little bit more of this moving game. The stronger sides, I would say, for example, for Evan or for Chip, they have a better touch on those kind of shots. They handle the situation better, moving wise. So far, Evan is doing a really good job at it because he's keeping Dennis locked. This one is a tough one to hit. Jump kick coming up. Short, ball in hand. Chance for Evan.
Body language not great from Dennis there. That's 2 jumps in a row that he's kind of not been anywhere near, to be honest. And this time it's ball in hand and should be a lot more expensive, shall we say.
Now, this is not a gimme for a run out.
Especially now.
Always tough to play it this way. So sensitive on the new cloth. The cue ball opens up on the second rail on the new cloth, and like he was expecting to come out of that second rail way shorter. Oh, this could be very costly. Also, I believe he has opened up the 8 to the side pocket now, which didn't go before. So if he fails to contact this 2, he might be in big trouble. And he has missed it.
Yeah, and he had ball in hand on that 1 ball. I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't go forward and just find the come over to this long routing on the right for the 2.
Well,
people, you don't like drawing, do you, off of a ball in hand normally?
Yeah, I don't like that. And also because they're playing shot clock, and it was really big shot. If he had felt like, hey, it might be a difficult position, he did have a lock-up safety behind the 4, sending the 1 down table. Now, next time when you get ball in hand, you have a chance to play a easier position. So he could have waited a little bit. So yeah, we have not seen too many mistakes from Evan overall on this opening set. It's just that this one could be very costly. Good shot there from Dennis, avoiding the traffic. Finds the window. Now it's still going to be interesting to see how Dennis is going to get from the 7 to the 8 in the left center pocket. Goes center of the table.
Nicely on this 7. Did he come far enough? Has he got the natural angle just to run through short side, Tim, to the 8 ball?
Nope.
No, he didn't.
Let's see, is he gonna let this big stroke out? Low left draw. It's too crazy. He's going to play safe on the 8, I guess. Oh, he was trying to play for bank on the 8. It got short. Oh, how's the speed?
Up. There's an edge, Tim, but what can Evan do with it? A bit of a shrug. Just to watch the scratch. Or he can bank it. Well, he tried to straighten it up with pace.
Oh, and this is what you call a fortunate roll. Yeah, did have quite the angle on the bank. Had to shorten it up, got close. Now he's going to try and at least get the distance. could go 2 rails, but he's choosing to go 1. And just focusing on the 8.
Oh, this is a good shot.
Especially because he's focusing just on the 8. That speed is very important. I wouldn't be surprised if Evan goes for the cut here. Could also play the kick and stick. Stop the cue ball there and send the 8 right over. Oh, he did go for the cut. He hit it twice.
Good job. The rail was there, Tim. Crucial deciding rack in this first set.
Beautiful shot there. This is quite the steal. Evan did have a chance to lock this set. Yeah, so first set goes to Dennis Grabe. Referee Angela Williams checking if either one of the players wants to take a break. Looks like they both are ready to go, so no break here. Now, I would say this is a great time to thank our sponsors and partners. The Pro Billiard Series sponsors and partners are Predator Group, Kamui, Yalin, Little Monster, Samsung TV Plus, Box Billiards, Van Billiards Corporation, and Q Sports International. And there's the stats. 1 set played. Overall performance actually better for Evan, but missed 1 shot more than Dennis. I think that's overall biggest difference.
Those 2 early 10s as well, Tim, early on, helped Dennis, didn't they? Hugely.
Yeah, it's those small little details. Of course, things have to come your way, but then also when you get the opportunity, you gotta get there as well. So Dennis broke off in the first set. Evan just broke in this second. Lucky to make the 3. Quite a thin hit on the break. That's one thing though, if you look at the 1-pocket players, they are solid ball runners. They are good with the strategy, the safety side of the game, but they never get to break the balls. So that's where you see most of the time where you see a big difference.
Yeah, they relish situations like this, don't they? The thinking side of it, the chess, trying to outthink their opponent.
Well, this is interesting. I think he was trying to leave himself a jump, but he's put himself very close to that 7 ball.
Well, you're talking about 1-pocket, Tim. Tomorrow at 4:30 local time, there will be some 1-pocket action on this very table right here.
Not really a bad hit on the 1, just little bit unfortunate not having a better rub of the 9. Could have had a better result with the cue ball too. Still, it's not an easy run out at all. Of course, the 1, 2, 4 could be easy, but to get on the 5 will be interesting. He's looking. Does that 4 go to the bottom right? I would probably like to play to the center of the table, pocket the 4 in the bottom left, and go either underneath the 5 for the top right or top left corner, or try to find the window in between the 5-10 and get to the right side of the 5. Yeah, I like that. Perfect shape on the 5. Yeah, slowly starting to speed up a little bit too, Dennis. As you see, straight queuing, stun run forward.
I like that, Tim. Slowly starting to speed up.
Yeah, well,
that's my comment of the day so far.
well, the thing is also something that most of the people don't know is when Dennis, he won 2 Euro Tours in a row, almost won 3, and in that time he would play very fast. Like when he turned to be a little bit older and wiser probably about the game, he started to realize that he's also missed quite some balls by playing so fast. But overall, he actually does have the skills to play fast. So whenever he gets comfortable, he moves very smooth around the table and is quick work.
Yeah, Dennis is a regular visitor here to Thailand. He was here recently and actually won one of the super high rollers here, which is pretty big prize money for a handicapped tournament. Dennis Orcolo arrived yesterday. He's playing in one this weekend as well. Chris Melling won the last one, so they are winnable, but he plays totally different in those amateur events. But his father actually lived here for quite some time, and he recently lost his father, Leon, and he was pretty close to his dad. And he said it's kind of made him rethink a little bit, Tim, and he's playing with a little bit more. He's not as, what's the word? He used to be very intense and, you know, used to get a little bit upset, emotional and stuff on the table. Used to, you know, beat himself up a little bit. But he told me he's just relaxed and it's really showing, hard on himself, and it's kind of made him view the game as if, you know, there's other things more important in life kind of thing, you know. So he's playing with a little bit more freedom, and I think that's going to do him a lot of good, to be honest. He's now actually the owner of a pool room. His father owned a pool room in Tallinn, in Estonia, in Mustamäe. I know exactly where it is after living there for 8 years. So Dennis now has a pool room also.
Oh,
so
that's
he's
good
not
to know.
kind of, he's kind of not dependent, you know, on making a living anymore at this, if you like.
Well, did make the 10 on the
release
break.
A bit of the pressure. Oh dear, that comes back up though, of course. It did count at one time, Tim, didn't it? Do you remember that? Back in the good old days.
Yeah, I'm glad they reviewed the rules. They revamped them. Okay, so...
Wasn't it Roberto Gomez? Was it Roberto Gomez that had 2? Or no, Mario He, wasn't it? Had 3.
I think
there was 3,
Mario...
I think, in the first set. Yeah.
Yeah, or two and a combination or something like that. I think he won the set in 6 shots. Okay, so push out. Evan can see the left side of the 1. Oh, he might not see the left side of the 1. So jump cue is out. This is interesting. You're not gonna see him go aggressive here. Makes no sense to jump to make the ball.
One ball side pocket.
I've got a question for you after this jump shot, and it's a very serious question, so get ready with a serious answer, Timothy. You see he's put the butt of the cue, he unscrewed the butt there of the cue to make the short stick even shorter. If, for example, the 1 ball would have come round the angles and gone in that corner pocket and hit that butt, would that still be a foul even though it's not on the bed of the table? Interesting.
Well, there's also players that put that little piece in the corner pocket or anything. Yeah, just anything that interferes with the ball is a foul.
Even though it's not on the table bed because it's in the pocket?
Yeah. Yeah, because the ball could not be dropping. So that could favor you in maybe once in a lifetime moment, but it could favor you.
Oh, you mean with the cue ball or something maybe as well?
Yeah,
If the cue ball didn't drop.
you could scratch and now suddenly it stays on the table or the object ball. You're trying to play safe. You're not trying to make the 1. Now the 1 ball stays off. You leave your opponent hooked. There's a couple scenarios where I could think it's actually advantage not to make the ball sometimes. So yeah, it definitely is a foul. And that's why I usually put it on the floor just to make sure nothing funny can happen. You never know what happens.
Thank you for that. A very full and succinct answer. You should think about becoming a referee as well, maybe like Angela. Dual purpose, mate. Get some
No,
extra bucks.
I don't have the looks for it. That's okay. This is a really clever shot. There's a little bit of a 1 pocket shot right there. Using the 7 ball to be able to hold the cue ball behind the 5. Did he call the extension? Because I thought I heard the shot clock beep already. The 10-second mark. Oh, I guess he has. It's gonna try and bank the 1 ball over and get the cue ball behind the 7-3. Yeah, not a horrible try, just if he catches a different flick of the 7 or if he catches it just a little bit thicker, I think he should have been fine. But I mean, in the end, he gives Dennis a shot, so that's the only thing that counts. Oh,
Wrong pocket. Miss a turn. So Evan will come back to the table. It's worked out okay.
could have done with a little bit of angle to go around the 5, but I think he's straight enough to be able to draw where he is now. Or does he have to draw around the 5? No. There's also a difference. Most of the players, they like to leave themselves natural angle just to keep that cue ball running. And then some of them, they really like to just stay straight, you know, just to where they can just play small draw, small forward and keep it compact.
Just a
And
slight angle here coming on through.
in a way, less distance, moving less distance. I would not force the cue ball too much. I think I would just take a longer 8. Yeah.
A little bit. No, he's okay. Looks much better from the overhead.
Yeah, things should be fine to play top spin just past the side pocket. Or you can even go jacked up, yeah, why not? Looks straighter, so. I'm just happy to see that everyone is trying to make a match out of it. Could possibly be quite disappointed by how he lost the first set. And then sometimes players, you know, when they lose the first set, especially when they had the opportunity to go up, that's where some of them, well, I mean, I'm not saying give up, but they start to play more aggressive, or they change their style, or they go more impulsive, and that's where they lose control. So it's good to see that he's staying calm and still grinding his way through.
Good time to mention, you may have seen ARC over on the right hand. It's just actually changed on the billboard. But the new tables from Predator are providing the equipment now for the Euro Tour. Prize money doubled, which is all good, Tim. First outing was the Treviso Open. I believe it's a 5-year deal with the Euro Tour. So it's good to see that getting an injection, a good kick, so to speak.
Well, it also means that Predator is now going to cover events on 3 different continents, which, well, they have been supporting for a long time, not just to push our sport in one country or one continent. They're trying to grow all together. So good things are happening. Just not for Evan Lunda on this break. A little bit surprised to see him play safe. Thought he had a cut in the side pocket, but chose to go and try to get behind the 3 and the 8. Funny position though. Might have to go for something very basic and just not sell out.
Ball is going to play the combination, the 1-5. So great to see Francisco Bustamante back here in action. He won his match 2-0 today, and he'll also be playing some one pocket as well, I believe, which is great.
Bank pool, right?
A bank pool, sorry, yes.
Yeah. So surprised Dennis missed that ball last game. And then now this combination, I mean, I honestly say he missed that quite a bit. So I don't know why Dennis now suddenly is a little bit off. It definitely makes great opportunities for Evan. Needs to play a good positional shot here though. Needs a good angle on the 3 to get to the purple 4. Or is it the purple? Is it the pink 4? Purple 4, yeah.
Yeah, for the traditionalists amongst you, paying homage to the original purple fort. This is a good shot. Just needs an angle, Tim.
Well, still in line. Some traveling from 6 to 7 and some traveling from 8 to 9, so he's still not out of the woods.
Just going back to the break for a second, Tim. We covered the first match, or not the first one, but the one before this, and both players were breaking pretty, well, not chip, because he didn't get many chances to break, but Wook and Lin was breaking really well, wasn't he, on this table?
Yeah.
Extension.
Yeah, definitely for his opening match, I was quite surprised with how well he was breaking. But then to see both of these players been struggling to make a ball on the break. So now I think I do like to bank the 7 ball over to the top long rail and get the cue ball 1 rail and nestle up with the 8. So create distance and try to stick the cue ball with the 8. Yeah, just like that. Oh,
He's lost the 7 and the cue ball. Just
Extension.
this is interesting. So I would probably try to cut the 7 and take whatever I can get on the 8 and then move the cue ball more to get to the 9. Now Dennis is looking to give himself the perfect angle to get on the 8, which I think is tough to do, as this 7 is quite a tough opening shot.
oh, nailed it.
Oh,
Still
he's
work to
come
do
up.
though.
Another shot. Oh, how well has he hit
Was
that?
tremendous. Okay, he's straight, but I think he's just okay. Might get off the rail just slightly with a draw, but struck that superbly. Yeah, just that last little inch or so off of the rail, just giving himself just that little bit of angle to draw away.
Yeah, there was a great chance for Evan, and like I said, the last couple balls did need good shape. So, lost the plot there. 2-1 Dennis, and we'll be breaking 4th rack. Also, plenty more matches going on at the same time. All the information can be found at the ProBilliardSeries.com website. All the draws, all the prize money, all the equipment, everything I believe is on there.
Yeah, and all the latest scores as well. Mika Imminent, who's coming back from his battle off the table. Went through 2-0 earlier on this morning, which was good to see. Back loving it, still fighting hard on and off the table. Young Adrian Prasad as well. And talking of the juniors, we have that great junior showdown coming up as well. Really looking forward to that. So much great pool this week. Now this is interesting. Dennis going back to the centre here, Tim. Needs some luck. Almost made the one. Consolation maybe two.
He is quite disappointed about the break, but if you look at the cue ball, how much top spin is on there, even though it got kissed, like it had so much spin on there. Can you realize that all that spin that's on the cue ball is not transferring any energy or speed on the object balls? So he's being disappointed about the fact that nothing is going in, and I would tell myself to say, hey, listen, I did not strike that as clean as I can.
6 ball, corner pocket.
And I believe in hand racking the balls in this format. I think it's a big, big difference. Yeah, good shot there from Evan. Nicely cue ball controlled as well. Had to play the bump and control the 2 ball.
Your shirt did. Your shirt touched the 10 ball. I'm positive.
Did he? Did he
he's
touch a
fouled.
ball there?
He must have done.
been.
Can we get another look? Maybe he was over the 3.
Well, this could be very costly. Very, very costly. Yeah, possibly on
Probably
the
the
10.
10 ball. Oh, he's
Oh,
over hit
what
this
is
as
done
well.
there?
Big sigh from the Estonian. An audible sigh.
Extension. 3 ball, corner pocket.
He's still calling it, still cutting it into the bottom left as we look. Cue ball running a little bit wild. Doesn't want to get an unlucky kiss off this 7 ball. Oh, he can avoid it. Oh, he's caught the 4, but he'll be pretty happy with that, Tim. That's worked out not too bad. Could have been worse. Not ideal, I know. 10 ball, very big, isn't it, here? One good shot here. The hill is waiting. Looks pretty natural, Tim, to come round for the 7 into the side. Oh, he's played this very well indeed. That man there's had his chances. Just making a shirt foul. We believe on the 10. We didn't see it.
Yeah, 1 foul. 1 shirt foul, and just what Dennis needed to basically turn the tide here in this second set. Could have been 2 each. Looks to be
think the
Dennis on
cameraman
the
just-
double hill.
The cameraman just made a carpet foul. I think he fell on the floor there. Anyway, in goes the 10 ball. Dennis is on the hill. Nokioi earlier on, 2-1 winner over Oscar Valdiviso. Jesus Atencio going through as well to the next round. Payne McBride going through 2-1 also. Another one of the juniors, Major Payne, Jeff DeLuna, we may have mentioned earlier, going through. Tony Chowan ended up losing against Los Martinez over on table 2 earlier on today. Referee just making sure those Arcos balls are nice and tight. Your good friend Jose Alberto Delgado went through on table 2 just now, 2-0, Tim.
Yeah, another player which I expect to do really well this year, has been putting a lot of time in, a lot of traveling, so yeah, just putting the word out there.
Yeah, he also came to Thailand. We hung out together. Super nice guy. Very talented player also. There's a nice interview as well with me playing a couple of racks with him, if you're interested. Somewhere on social media.
Oh no.
Well, one pocket players, Tim, they're not used to jumping, are they? No jumping, of course, in one pocket.
Oh, gotta say, you know, I see he was trying to jump that with a lot of draw, so that makes the cue ball hop a little less. But still, that was a fairly decent jump for a player of his caliber, or at least to make a hit, to make a legal hit on the one. Now, it's still very messy, not unsolvable, but it's a messy layout, so we're not done yet.
Yeah, this is one of their matches for Dennis. He's certainly not going to be overjoyed at his performance in this, but sometimes you just have to slug it out and win ugly. And if he can get over the line in this one, I'm sure he'd be very relieved, because this was a potential banana skin for the Estonian. And he's, as you say, he's still not out of the woods, and he's not ideal on this 2-ball either, Tim, is he?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, most of the people know how well Evan can play, and especially when he gets comfortable. It's definitely not a great first round draw. I mean, if you look at a 128 player field, there's always a couple guys where you say, oh, that would be nice, you know, just to get some rhythm, get some feeling, you know. And this is certainly not one of them.
We had a little bit of a kick there in the air from Dennis as he was trying to put a bit of English onto that cue ball to miss the 7-ball, just clipped it. He's left himself a shot on this 3, but once again, nothing easy.
Oh.
Yeah, moving balls, this has gone wrong. Bank is on though, Tim. The banks are open.
I don't like the bank so much, because you'll have to play quite firm to bring the cue ball over, I believe. But he's going at it. Stun out. And he's missed it.
He needs some help.
4.
Oh, has he got help? Has the sticks ruined it?
I believe he has. If it has, he might be able to kick over the short rail with spin and clip the forehand. But oh, masse around the 6 it is.
Extension.
Big curve. The curve has to come late, so you gotta be probably aiming at the 8 with a lot of elevation and put extra curve on there. This is a tough masse. Yeah, so
Oh, and he
tough.
double kissed it in. Could be his last shot. Just going back to one pocket once again. Obviously he's not used to playing with a shot clock either, so I wonder if that has maybe just tripped him up slightly as well, Tim.
Well, this is to close out the match. He's got pretty decent layout, just possibly this shape from 5 to 6. Just skimming off the 6 ball. So a low right, crossing over one rail to the right side of the 7. Could also go forward 2 rails, but I would be not comfortable running near the 10. Yeah, now just gotta make sure he gets past the side pocket. The only thing I can imagine is I would be trying to get at least off the rail to make sure I have comfortable queuing and just make sure I get past the side. Everything else is fine. Yeah,
Well, he hasn't played
Probably-
like a world. Sorry, Tim, go ahead.
I was gonna say probably he can tap this in to get on the 10. Go ahead.
I was just going to say he hasn't played like a world number 3, but there has been moments in it where you can see he's queuing really well. A few shots he's played today been outstanding. That 8 ball to the 9 a couple of racks back was a particularly good shot with this 10 ball to seal the deal in straight sets, and then he goes.
Yeah, so it is Dennis Grabe that advances to the next round. Evan will be going over the loser bracket. So this was Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruyter. Thank you all for joining us today, and hopefully we'll see you back tomorrow. We've got plenty more action to come. See you. Good night.